A massive undersea earthquake measuring 8.7 on the Richter scale struck off the eastern coast of Russia's Kamchatka Peninsula in the early hours of July 30, 2025.
Господи, Боже мой!
The violent tremor sent powerful shockwaves reverberating across the Pacific Ocean, triggering widespread tsunami warnings and forcing emergency evacuation orders in several countries along the Pacific Rim. The event, which unfolded before dawn, has been described by seismologists as one of the most powerful earthquakes to strike Russian territory in modern history, prompting an urgent and coordinated international emergency response. According to preliminary data from the United States Geological Survey, USGS, and Russia's Geophysical Service, the earthquake's epicenter was located roughly 136 kilometers southeast of Petropavlovsk-Kamchatsky, a city of over 160,000 residents that serves as the administrative hub of Kamchatka Krai. The quake struck at a depth of about 19 kilometers, shallow in geological terms, allowing a significant release of energy into the surrounding ocean. Experts warned that this shallow depth amplified the risk of tsunami generation, with the potential to send destructive waves racing across vast stretches of the Pacific. Witnesses reported that the main tremor lasted over a minute, violently shaking buildings, toppling furniture, and cutting off communications in parts of the region. Video clips rapidly spread on Russian and international social media, showing chandeliers swinging wildly, household items crashing to the floor, and terrified residents scrambling out of their homes in the pre-dawn darkness, some still in their nightclothes. Emergency sirens echoed through coastal towns as authorities ordered immediate evacuations to higher ground. The Pacific Tsunami Warning Center, PTWC, issued alerts for a wide swath of the Pacific Basin, including Japan, Hawaii, Guam, the Northern Mariana Islands, Alaska, British Columbia, and the entire U.S. West Coast. Officials cautioned that the intensity and height of tsunami waves would vary by location, but warned that hazardous wave activity and strong, unpredictable currents could reach coastlines thousands of kilometers from the epicenter. These waves, even when relatively small, could inundate low-lying areas, damage ports, and pose life-threatening risks to anyone near the shore.
Завод тонет.
In Japan, authorities acted swiftly, issuing tsunami warnings for much of the country's eastern coastline, particularly northern regions such as Hokkaido and Tohoku. Local governments instructed residents in flood-prone coastal areas to evacuate without delay. Train services were suspended as a precaution. Schools and public offices were closed, and emergency shelters were opened to accommodate evacuees. Although the first waves to arrive were not catastrophic in size, the Japan Meteorological Agency emphasized that additional waves could follow, possibly stronger, and that no coastal area could be considered safe until advisories were officially lifted. Elsewhere across the Pacific, nations including Australia, the Philippines, Papua New Guinea, New Zealand, and Ecuador maintained a state of heightened alert. While forecasters did not expect large-scale destructive tsunamis for most of these areas, the vast energy released by the earthquake warranted precautionary measures across the entire region. In the Kuril Islands and parts of Russia's Far East, Rising sea levels caused flooding in some ports, forcing temporary closures of harbor facilities and suspension of fishing operations. Authorities also warned of the likelihood of significant aftershocks in the days ahead, some potentially exceeding magnitude 6.5. These tremors could further compromise already weakened buildings and infrastructure, complicating rescue efforts and recovery operations. Emergency services urged residents to remain vigilant, avoid damaged structures, and follow instructions from Russia's Ministry of Emergency Situations and local disaster response agencies. Experts noted that this earthquake was a stark reminder of the devastating power of natural disasters and the vulnerability of coastal populations around the Pacific Ring of Fire, a region known for intense seismic and volcanic activity. The incident underscored the critical importance of robust early warning systems, well-practiced evacuation procedures, and international cooperation in mitigating the impacts of major geological events.
Because a tsunami warning has been issued. Operation has been suspended because a tsunami warning has been issued.
Although rapid alerts and prompt evacuations are believed to have prevented the worst-case tsunami scenarios in many countries, the situation remained volatile. The risk of powerful aftershocks, localized tsunamis, and secondary hazards, such as landslides or infrastructure failures, remain significant. Governments, scientists, and emergency planners are expected to continue closely monitoring seismic activity in the coming weeks, working together to assess ongoing risks and safeguard millions of residents living across the vast Pacific region.